3 minutes. 3 minutes past 6. Good morning to you and welcome to another time on radio. It's 32 FM 94.9. The Break of Dawn newspaper review is live. Thank you for joining us always. I am Olutayo Oguade. This is where we treat you to the headlines from the dailies and we do some analysis. And later on the program, you also get a chance to contribute. You mentioned some of the things that resonate with you from the dailies. Let me start from Daily Trust newspaper today. And my first headline here, Anambra State, INEC releases schedule for Hiala supplementary poll. Anambra State can still win this election, says PDP's Ozigbo. Air Force sergeant arrested over NDA attack. Still from the Daily Trust newspaper, Kano Rep sponsors 20 female orphans for NCE program. Some more headline from Daily Trust newspaper, councillors suspend Bida local government area chair for misappropriating funds. Another one here, Maina bags 61 years jail sentence. Maina bags 61-year jail sentence. Panic buying, no increase in fuel price. NNPC, drama as impeached deputy speaker triggers removal of Imo speaker. INEC declares Anambra governorship election inconclusive. That should be still by now. Let's see another headline here before we go to another newspaper. APC elders tackle Lai Mohammed over verbal attacks on Abdurazak. NCC allays fears over 5G network. Targets 632 billion naira revenue in 2020. Ikoyi building collapse. Lagos Assembly seeks compensation for victims' families. Federal government governors in fresh battle over 172 billion naira Paris Club consultancy deductions. As crop season begins, cocoa output may drop by 30% over irregular rainfall. 2023, Wabua declares for president. We move away from the Guardian newspaper and go to, from Daily Trust, and go to the Guardian newspaper. Anambra State, Soludo leads. INEC concludes poll on Tuesday. And as today, Lagos collapsed building dampens property market as agents foresee apathy for high rises towards a more efficient supportive tax framework. Something to read from the business side of the Guardian. Banks ditch costly real estate investment for tech operations. JAMB defends remittance of operating surplus, says it is global best practice. JAMB defends remittance of operating surplus, says it is global best practice. Still from there, Boko Haram attacks military base in Borno. Candidates albeit as INEC concludes Anambra State. ECOWAS sustains Guinea sanctions, imposes fresh ones on Mali. We have been cut off. Malete residents cry over poor roads in Ibadan. Akeredolu allays fears over soldiers withdrawal from checkpoints in Ondo. Again, Imo Enugu resident obeys sit-at-home order. And I have something here still on Maina. Court jails Maina 8 years for 2.1 billion naira fraud. And from the sports side of the Guardian newspaper, INT'L may become Newcastle director of football. AFN Performance Director Corey joins team leaders tour of Oregon, USA. Away from the Guardian newspaper, we go to Premium Times. 45 million people, teetering on the edge of famine globally. WFP. Nigeria administers 5.7 million COVID-19 vaccines. Targets 70% population by 2022. Anambra election, INEC results so far reflect votes cast. Yega Africa. How Nigerian banks helped MENA to steal pensioners 2 billion naira. George. ECOWAS imposes sanctions on coup plotters in Guinea and Mali. Another one here from Premium Times. Insecurity. Nigeria facing new dimensions of threats. Defense Minister. Race for telecom shares lifts Nigerian stocks to near 4-year high. Anambra decides 2021. INEC adjusts voting time for election in Hiala local government area. Right, let me go to the Nation newspaper. Nigeria under threat, says Defense Minister. Governor's Malami's role in the Paris Club refund suspect. Some more from the Nation newspaper. Soludo defeat Obiano's deputy Peter Obi. Menike, these are all still news now. We look for the final outcome of the election in Anambra State. Let's see another one here. 9 die in Niger auto crash. All right. Okay. All right, Olaide Amoso is on the program. Good morning to you, Olaide.
Good morning, Olutara. And of course, taking a look at the Punch newspaper this morning. Governors attack Malami over $418 million consultants fee, say AGF lied. Ikoyi collapse building, subscribers signed over $500,000 contract each. Cooking gas price jumps by 240%. Marketers halt imports. And NDA denies arrest of NIF personnel over attack on facility. Building collapse, Ogun to recommend jail term for erring officials. And kidnappers abduct three demand 10 million naira ransom. Drugs in Ogun. Now we need part of recovered loot for our operations. That's coming from Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation. And that's all the headline I can take this morning from the Punch newspaper. And taking a look at another newspaper this morning, of course, it's almost time for us to go on another short break this morning. Of course, when we return, we'll be looking at the top headlines this morning. Thank you so much for staying with us.
Focus on the important things in life. Enjoy the finer things in life in the INT'L HBB seasonal offer. Visit any certified INT'L shop to get a 4G MiFi at 9,999 naira plus up to 55 gigabyte bonus data, or router at 19,999 naira plus up to 160 gigabyte bonus data. Offer valid while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply.
INT'L, the smartphone network.
To all the children of the world, standing tall and trying to grow. You can have it when it's warm, and then sing this song. I love my Indomie, Indomie, Indomie. Yes, I love my Indomie.
Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Yes, children love Indomie.
Me and you, let's go to Ghana. Hey! Grind jollof. This is Ghana. You've come here to seek for greener pastures. Make it your worthwhile. Your uncle is not supposed to be touching you like that.
I have a lot of uncles. My father has a lot of brothers, and my father's brothers have cousins.
Unwrap all the baggage in the new Showmax original comedy series, starring Basket Mouth, Akanani, Jocelyn Dumas, and more. Watch Ghana Jollof weekly only on Showmax. Subscribe from 1,200 naira monthly. Sign up now at showmax.com.
Hasbro makes me happy.
Take selfie chat with your friends. Do the legwork, play your games. Hasbro gon' make you happy.
Oh, yeah, now make me happy.
Nario's Day, milky treat today.
Hasbro makes me happy.
Oats and milk are all the way.
Hasbro makes me happy.
Oats and coconut is every day.
Hasbro makes me happy.
Turn up happy moments with Hasbro.
Hasbro makes me happy.
Some people go just promise you berekete, but they go only fit give you bear. Some no go fit do pass bere. If they too try safe, some fit struggle give you bereke. But you see glow, they no go just give you berekete. They go even give you berekete plus join safe.
Yes, so when new and existing Glow users enter Glow Bracket Plus Plus, they will begin enjoy 100 Naira MB bonus data on top every first recharge of the month, another 60 MB bonus on top every other recharge of the month, and another 400% call time bonus. And if you be new Glow subscriber encore, now 1,000 Naira bonus credits, then go first take knock you welcome on top all the recharge them. This one pass all four. Nah, boy. This one now Bracket Plus Plus. Just dial *777# or activate new Glow SIM. Make yourself fit get joy on top your unlimited value. Waiting for Glow Bracket Plus Plus. Glow, joy unlimited.
Golden Mon, your favorite breakfast cereal, is 35 years. Made in Niger, for Niger, by Niger. Now see us from Niger to the world.
Global now.
All thanks to you. So let's celebrate this journey with over 35 million in cash and prizes. Just return 2 empty 900-gram Heritage Edition sachets to your closest redemption center for an instant prize and a chance to be a millionaire. Visit the Golden Morn Nigerian pages on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Uncle Dentist, what be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use Kung Fu?
No dear, na hole for teeth they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
ká tó bá ní ìrìn àjò ó yẹ ká mọrúfẹ́ ẹni tá a fẹ́ bá ní ìrìn àjò torí ká má bàa sọnù ká tó sọnù. ìdí sì nìyí tí gbajúgbajà iléeṣẹ́ atọ́nisọ́nà tó mójúlẹ́jà bí agbanisíṣẹ́ ṣe lè pàdé ẹni tí ń wáṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR là ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. àwọn ni alábàáṣiṣẹ́pọ̀ pàtàkì pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group.
ní báyìí iléeṣẹ́ FMH International HR ti ṣe ìwádìí tó jinlẹ̀ wọ́n sì ti rí gbogbo ìṣòro lọ́kàn òjọ̀kan èyí tí àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ yìí tó fẹ́ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ lókè òkun fojú winá ẹ̀.
ìdí gan sì rèé tí wọ́n fi ń ké sí gbogbo ẹni tí jì sọ́fì àwọn alágbèédá lórí ipa afẹ́ lọ sílùú èbó lọ ṣiṣẹ́ tàbí ìwọ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń gbèrò láti máa gbé tàbí ṣiṣẹ́ lókè òkun lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́.
wọ́n ti ṣetán láti ro ọ lágbára pẹ̀lú information tó nílò láti mú àlàrere rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn. ọ̀fẹ́ ni ìmọ̀ràn àti ètò ìtọ́nisọ́nà yìí o tètè kàn sí FMH International HR báyìí ní 3rd and 9th floors Cocoa House Ìbàdàn.
telephone 081-000-56451 àti 081-155-14779.
Hello! We believe you're enjoying Titan Farms products like Titan Rice, Yam Flour, Rice Flour, Titan Oil, and others. Oh yes! With Titan Farms, there's always something more. Give your child the best gift by buying any of our lots at Titan Farms Estate, Upperland City, Monia, Edianyure, Regal Gardens, Soka, Cherry Court, Ilaji, and enjoy freebies like 500 blocks, 20 bags of cement, free survey, deed of assignment. That's not all. Here's the big deal. For every land you buy in your child's name at Titan Farms Estate, you can get a loan to sort your child's school fees if need be at no interest for up to 3 months. Yes, you heard me. No interest for 3 months. To enjoy this limited offer, quickly call 0906 007 9714 or visit Titan House opposite Motor Dealer Park, New Garage Road, Ibadan, or check us out on www.titanfarms.org.
All right. right, welcome back. This is still the Break of Dawn newspaper this morning, newspaper review this morning, and of course, I am Olaide Amosu. With us in the studio with me, of course, is Olutayo Ogwade, and already our analyst is here to take a look at the top stories in the dailies today. Austin Idumo, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Laide. Good morning.
All right, Austin. Okay, kindly speak up a little from your side there. All right, we'll go straight to our very first story this morning, and it will be the Maina story. It's dominating most of the papers this morning. Maina has been sent to prison. Also, we need to look at that vis-a-vis the fight against...
or sentenced.
Vis-a-vis a fight against corruption in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yes, I think it's a good one, despite the fact that the federal government, this current administration, try to package MENA like a scent at some point. It was brought back into the country through the back door and restated and even got promoted with full security escorts at his disposal until there was a major public outcry that could have happened under a government that seems to be fighting corruption. That if MENA could actually run out of the country under a government perceived not to have fought corruption satisfactorily, and we have a government that one of the major highlights is fight against corruption. Then later the long arm of the law caught up with him. He was granted bail. At some point he also attempted to jump bail, and here we are today. I think about a month ago the son too was convicted for about 14 years. Now he has gotten his sole conviction, which means that if we do painstaking investigation and carry out diligence trial, we should be able at the end of the day to get conviction in terms of those that we have prosecuted. So Mina's case is an example. 8 years in my view is far small, but I think it's a good place to start.
We saw some report of a total of 61 years imprisonment, but of course followed up by to run concurrently for 8 years for defrauding the federal government of the sum of 2.1 billion naira. Some feel that this total number of years for Maina is so little, looking at the staggering amount that is told.
Yes, it's so little. Not that it's told from the federal government, it's told from pensioners. A lot of people who are pensioners have died in the process. Why? Because they have not been able to recover their fund. These people spend their active life for the development of the country, and here we are today. So the truth is that the years of conviction is a far cry compared to the crime, but some of these terms are given on judge's discretion. So it is not something that we attach sentiment or emotion to, but the truth of the matter is that conviction has been done.
Yeah, something rather annoying happened yesterday while I was leaving the court. Maina was smiling as if we just won an election.
Yes, it was.
And we also witnessed, the, I call it altercation between the prison officials and EFCC officials, operatives.
Yes, I don't know the basis for the altercation. It was completely uncalled for because having gotten such conviction, he has to automatically go back to the correctional facility. So perhaps whether EFCC wants to rearrest him, I do not know. Yesterday should have been an occasion, even if charges are going to be amended against him. So if you look at, he was laughing. A lot of Nigerians reacted to that. Perhaps he felt that, some people felt it's just like another house arrest. It may not be sentenced, as it were, quote unquote, based on the role this current administration played in the bringing back of MENA into the country, not just into the country and into the system. The late chief of staff to the president played an active role as far as MENA coming back was concerned, and we felt that this was a slight on our collective integrity as a country. He was smiling. It shows that 8 years perhaps means nothing, or is going to just be accorded a VIP treatment while in detention or while in the prison facility. There are so many men now still in the system. How do we sanitize the system of the likes of minor? Our fund in the country are in the end of private individual who have decided to sustain the system. So how do we put structure in place to ensure that this did not take place? Don't forget, Mana was appointed as the head of a recovery team to even help recover pension fund. Now look at what he has done to the pension fund. He looks at that time like the hunter, but today look at the end of the whole story. So let's put measure in place as a country to be able to apprehend so many menaces that are still in the system. I'm aware that we have a lot of them.
Another question also will be, I will really put the spotlight, on what corruption is costing Nigeria. The other time, even the judge said some of the guys that may not defrauded, are dead now. If you look at the implication of that and so many other things that is costing Nigeria, maybe we'll put appropriate sanctions, to forestall a recurrence of acts like this in the country. Are we really fighting corruption in Nigeria?
Well, what we are doing now looks more like just trying to bring some people, show their faces. It is not like we are fighting corruption as it were. Because if we are fighting corruption, look at the time Tayo, when Ojuzo Kalu was convicted. He was dazed. At some point, he even wanted to offer monetary benefit to prison officials that please don't take me to the prison. He was practically begging. But look at the case of Mena yesterday. He felt as if nothing was wrong because he was convicted to as little as 8 years imprisonment. So what are we doing?
Going to be spending 5 years though.
What are we doing as a country? Because if you are to term that with concurrent running, the number of years had to come down again. So what are we doing as a country to put an end to this? Let there be sanction. Of course, when it has to do with a matter of the law, rule of law has to prevail under the judicial process in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But some of us will feel that emotionally, once you have stolen billions of naira, your sentence should go up. I think Professor Niyo Shudari spoke sometimes ago about how sentences should be given, and Professor Wolise, how sentence should be given. So amount of money. If you steal 10 million naira, the number of years will be attached. If it is 50 million, the number of years will be attached. If we leave it by fiat, like the old practice, where judges have to use their discretion, they can only put together what they feel could be the best sanction. But if we have a laid down rule,
is this the best sanction?
That's the issue. This is according to the judge's description. Of course, and
a man will steal a goat, all right, or
a bag of rice, because almost 50 years or 200 years in prison. If you look at the number of counts, I think he was convicted on about 6 counts.
Yes.
About 6 counts. So let's get to a level where we have specifically number of years that are attached as a matter of law. Because don't also forget, we are not just trying to put people in jail. We are also trying to send a message that will serve as a deterrent. What is the deterrent in this case? Will people not be eager to even dip their hands into the treasury to say that, the more I steal, the lesser I get in terms of conviction? That is if conviction is going to come at all.
Is he going to return what he has taken from the federal government now as it is, and pensioners, of course?
Of course, whether it will get to the real pensioner at that time, only God knows, and that is not visible any longer. The idea of a conviction is that the government now will now be in possession of the property, which means by the terms of the conviction, the property are confiscated by the government. The properties were listed: houses in Abuja, houses in Kano, properties in Dubai, property in US, about 50 fleet of cars in Dubai for transportation business, and there's another and cash deposits in various bank accounts. So this money, right from yesterday, becomes the money of the federal government. Don't also forget the case will have to go to the appeal and so on until the case officially terminate. But I don't know. I just trust that this is the best we can get at this particular point in time, because in the case of Orji Kalu, the Supreme Court actually truncated that, and I don't know and I don't think if we can actually get justice as far as that case is concerned again.
All right, thank you very much, Austin Idimo. Okay, taking another look at the story this morning is the NDA denies arrest of NAF personnel over attack on facility. Now, the Nigerian Defense Academy has denied arresting a Nigerian Air Force personnel, Sergeant Tusabo Solomon, in connection with the attack on the facility. Now, this happened in August, and of course, some armed men had attacked the institution in August, killing 2 people. Now, the Nigerian Defense Academy is denying that they have arrested this person, in connection to the attack. So, please, what is your take on this? Should we believe that, oh, really, this man is not culpable in what has happened, and that the NDA do not have him in custody?
Well, I don't want to believe the Nigerian Defense Academy, but I think we should give them the benefit of the doubt as far as this issue is concerned. If an individual named Solomon, who is a sergeant within the force, has been apprehended, who is he? What was his role in the attack against that facility? It takes 2 to tango. You understand? Without official connivance, this is what we have always talked about as far as the issue of insecurity is concerned. There must be established case of official connivance for such attack to happen. NDA is a military facility. Of course, the CDS, the Chief of Defense Staff, came up, I think, towards the end of last week, that NDA is just like one of those schools, perhaps one of those secondary schools. That
training,
yes, that we might not be able to secure the place. There's no point beefing up maximum security in that type of area. It's an indictment. That statement alone is an indictment. It's also an admission of failure, because we owed NDA, Nigerian Defense Academy, in high esteem in terms of their military facilities and their military training. And if you look at the axis in which this took place, Kaduna can be classified as one of the heavily instituted in terms of military facilities, training ground, and what have you in the country. So let's get to the root of this particular incident. Is Sergeant Solomon actually a member or a staff of the Nigerian Air Force? If he's a staff of the Nigerian Air Force, what was his role? Was he arrested? Was he a ghost that was arrested? This idea of coming up with a statement that looked like a damage control cannot help the situation. Let the Nigerian military authority come up so clearly, so boldly, and so openly to let Nigerians know the possibility of the mastermind of this particular attack. Definitely, some people gave information that led to the mastermind. Because if you look at the report yesterday, not just that he aided that particular attack, he was also alleged to be involved in illicit sale of arms and ammunition to bandits, which means it's like a forerunner of the bandit. Someone that looked like Sheikh Gumi in uniform now. So we must trash this issue. We must get to the root of the matter. Let the Nigerian military authority, especially the NDA, let them come out clearly to let Nigerians know what has happened.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, another story here is that the governors attack Malami over $418 million consultants fee, say that the AGF lied. Now, this goes to speak a lot if the governors are attacking the Attorney General of the Federation that he is lying. Now, the Nigeria Governors Forum has accused the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, of having more than a passing interest in the controversial $418 million refund request by consultants with respect to the Paris Club refund. Now, this has been a very interesting story to look at, especially since it broke out last week about the court barring the federal government from withdrawing this money. Now, why would the governors think that the Attorney General is lying about the reason for wanting to withdraw this money?
Yes, because the ends of the Attorney General of the Federation is not clean. With due respect to his office, there's what we call a shareable interest. You understand? The governor have the opinion that what Malami has on this issue of deduction and consultancy fee for the Paris Club reform was more than a passive interest. If you are not that interested, especially in terms of financial gain, you can't be that desperate. A case is in the courts, yet the federal government is going ahead with deduction, and you know what that can translate in terms of financial obligation for states across the federation. States are not even saying that we are not going to pay. That is not what they are saying. They are even saying that let us do a forensic analysis. Let us carry out a forensic audit, which the National Economic Council has approved. That and the case now went to court. There was an order from the court that status quo be maintained, only for the office of the Attorney General of the Federation through the back door to stylishly seek the approval of the president for this deduction to continue. I do not know, in all honesty, whether President Muhammadu Buhari, in fairness to him, understand the implication of this, because we are talking about multi-billion naira deduction as far as this issue is concerned. Then come to think of it, do we at that time actually need the services of a consultant, and at what price? If consultancy fee could amount to 178 billion, at the end of the day, what was the interest of even the state across the federation? So that is the major challenge, and the court has said ought this deduction, and the federal government through the Attorney General of the Federation is bent. So it shows clearly that there is an insurable interest. They are trying to massage the financial ego of certain people, perhaps for a possible kickback, which is very much unlikely. You understand? So that is why governors have now come out, and they are now of the opinion that we must be very careful with judgment debt in the country, because if care is not taken, this will impose financial obligation. What was the purpose of the Paris Club reform? It was to enhance the capacity of the state at that time to meet their various financial obligations. So if that was the case, and all of a sudden a whopping sum of over 170 billion naira is further imposed on the state for money allegedly illegally deducted from their coffers, this was the issue.
Now, Malami is supposed to be the Attorney General of the Federation, all right, and not just of the president, of the presidency. Do you get me?
Of course,
he's supposed to represent the interests of
the country.
Of the country, so
to give the president the best advice possible when it gets to legal matters.
How well has he done in this respect?
Of course, Malami has failed woefully. He has always represented a parochial view of a segment of the country. How do I mean? Perhaps on this case, the issue of Mr. President. He is not the chief legal advisor to Mr. President. He is the chief law officer of the country. Tayo, that is why we have always canvassed that there must be, if we want to move forward in terms of upholding the rule of law in this country, we must summon the political will to separate the office of the Minister of Justice and that of the Attorney General of the Federation. Malami is acting more like a Minister of Justice who is 100% answerable to Mr. President as an appointee. He's not dissecting the law, interpreting the law, giving the best possible advice on the law. For example, judgment will be given. Malami will interpret to Mr. President of the need to flout that particular court judgment. Where do we go from here? Now look at the position of the government. Another court order had to come again to halt this particular deduction. What is the interest of the Attorney General of the Federation? The Attorney General of the Federation, in another statement in the news this morning, had just come out again to say that all the recovered loot, we need to have certain percentage, a share of our operations. He has succeeded in taking over the control of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission in Nigeria. So these are the issues. The Attorney General of the Federation must be called to order, and I'm sure that because of the financial implication, states are ready to fight this case to a standstill.
Is there a way we can actually call the Attorney General of the Federation to order or to checkmate his excesses in this case as it is, to be sure that he is not already, well, we know that he is already making some decisions that are not in favor of the country or the states as it should be, but is there a way we can, call him to order, make sure we check his excesses?
I think the Attorney General of the Federation has become another constituted authority that even Mr. President cannot even check.
He reminds us of Michael
Andwaka. Where is Michael Andwaka today? That's the issue. When Attorney General of the Federation Malami was supposed to be fired was the case of the P&ID, wherein a London judge, because Malami had to write it as one of the allegations against Magu, that he did not do a thorough job in terms of investigation on the P&ID issue. And a London judge had to devote a paragraph to the commendation of Ibrahim Magu-led EFCC at that time for painstaking investigation and diligent prosecution of that job. At that particular point in time, if we have a president that is fully in charge, he ought to have queried the Attorney General of the Federation that you have misled me and my government into taking a hasty decision against the FCC. Nobody is saying that Magu is a saint, but the right thing must be done and due process must be followed. If that judge were to be a Nigerian judge, perhaps we will say money will have exchanged hands, because that was one of the allegations on which the removal of Magu was premised. Now that the truth had to come out, not even in Nigeria, the president ought at that time to weigh the big stick against the Attorney General of the Federation. So with the point I'm making really is that I doubt if this current Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, could be checked by anybody. I doubt if the president can even check
Not even Mr. President.
Not even Mr. President. Because the case of our president looked like first come, first serve. Whatever is presented before him, you get away with it.
All right, it's time now to go on a short break. When we return, there are more stories here to look at. We'll look at Anambra elections. Of course, that should be finalized today. And tomorrow, please stay tuned.
lẹ́nìkan bá ń bi mí ohun tí mo máa ṣe tí bá jowó tó tówó gidi mo ronú mílíọ̀nù kan náírà àbí ìyẹn ò tó nǹkan kan rárá bóyá pẹ̀lú bíi 5 tàbí 10 mo lè.
mú àlárèrè rẹ ṣẹ pẹ̀lú ìpolongo Airtel Recharge and Blow níbi tí gbogbo èèyàn ti jẹ́ olúborí. Ra owó ìpè dójú àmì lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ kó o sì gbádùn ẹ̀bùn owó tó tó 100 mílíọ̀nù náírà. ìpolongo yìí ń wá sópin ní oṣù December ọdún 2021. fún àlàyé síwájú sí tẹ *444*4#.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
To all the children of the world, standing tall and trying to grow. You can have it when it's warm, and then sing this song. I love my Indomie, Indomie, Indomie. Yes, I love my Indomie.
Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Yes, children love Indomie.
Make una go see Ghana Jollof, see Jasper, see Romanus, now so they can't go Ghana. They won't go Jollof.
Guy, I need a shout like that. Just tell them to watch the Showmax original Ghana Jollof every week. Subscribe from 1,200 Naira. Sign up to showmax.com.
You want to find your perfect match, the right girl or guy, a job that showcases your talent, a house that fits your taste. How about the right mattress that suits your body build, age, lifestyle, and budget? Visit www.muka.com/buy-right or any Muka outlet to find the right Muka for you. Endorsed by medical experts, Muka gives your body the support it needs so you wake up feeling good and ready to take on the day. Muka, adding comfort to life.
Precious Cornerstone University, PCU, a faith-based institution located in the heart of the city of Ibadan, provides a student-friendly and enabling environment to fulfill your dreams. Precious Cornerstone University is a true pan-Nigerian university, currently with students from more than 22 states of the Federation. PCU is currently calling for admissions of new intakes, and with a minimum score of 120 in JAMB UTME with 5 O-level credits in English and mathematics alongside 3 other relevant subjects, you can enroll today in accounting, business administration, banking and finance, finance, economics, computer science, microbiology, and more new courses are being approved. Mass communication, international relations, cyber security, software engineering, and procurement. Direct entry admission for all ND and HND holders is also ongoing, and students with lower mark than 120 can also register for JUPEB. Enroll online today at www.pcu.edu.ng and follow the procedure. Or you can visit the Precious Cornerstone University Campus 1 at Olaogun Odife Road, Ibadan, or call now 080-600-51554 or 081-3181-1946.
Babe, that girl dey use something. Which kind something be that? Check am now. See how she dey always dey smile. I know wetin she dey use. And she dey use am 2 times a day. Peruse me her secret. ABZ na the secret. Close Up get antibacterial zinc. ABZ wey go give you 3 times more protection, 3 times more freshness, pass your normal toothpaste. Chai! Everybody must hear am. Yes, so. New Close Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the protection, triple the freshness.
Our friend Oliver is what you call a man with a huge appetite. Gigantic, actually. And if there's one phrase we have come to know Oliver for, it is this.
More data, please.
No matter what we offer him.
More data, please.
So, guess what we did? We heard Glow created new data plans for people like Oliver, and we got him exactly that. And guess what Oliver said?
Excuse me, please, is this all for me? Only me?
Now, Oliver certainly has more than enough data. All thanks to the Glow Mega Data Plans.
With the longer validity you get on Glow Mega Data Plans, you can work from home with ease, run your business better, download non-stop, stream music and movies endlessly, learn online, and share data with anyone. No worries. Get 225 gigabytes at 30,000 Naira for 30 days, 425 gigabytes at 50,000 Naira for 90 days, and 1 terabyte at 100,000 Naira for a year. Dial *777# now to start enjoying these mega plans.
Glow Unlimited.
Hasbro makes me happy. Take selfie chat with your friends. Do the legwork, play your games. Hasbro gon' make you happy. Oh, yeah, now make me happy. Mario's Day, milky treat today. Hasbro makes me happy. Oats and milk that all the way. Hasbro makes me happy. Oats and coconut is every day. Hasbro makes me happy.
Turn up happy moments with Hasbro.
Hasbro makes me happy.
32 FM 94.9. Filling the world with laughter.
Welcome back. 32 FM 94.9. Break it on newspaper review reaching live from our studio. We are live on YouTube. 32 FM 949 Ibadan. Let's now go to Anambra State. Yega Africa on Monday said the results announced thus far by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) reflected the ballots cast during the 6th of November Anambra governorship election. Executive Director Yega Africa Samson Itodo made this known at a press conference on the preliminary statement on the Anambra election. Anambra election INEC results so far reflect votes cast. Yega Africa.
Yes, that is what we want to always have in our elections. We want vote and results to be a true reflection of the wish of the people. It must be a complete mandate, not a situation where the process has subverted at some point. So INEC has introduced another innovation into the Anambra election. Of course, there have been certain setbacks which can be corrected before the next election. Whether we like it or not, technology must be sufficiently deployed in such a way that human interference could be reduced to the barest minimum, so that we can have a saner election whose credibility we'll be able to vouch for. So that is a good one. But one thing with the Anambra election is that the turnout has been very low. There have always been low voter turnout in Nigeria, and particularly Anambra is another case study. They don't always go out to vote, so that's the major issue. So let's improve the process. If we improve the process and the people know that their vote will count, they will be eager to always come out to cast their vote for the candidate of their choice.
All right, it is still not comfortable yet to say that Soludo will win the elections, is it?
Yes, we cannot announce the results because we are not INEC. And even if we are INEC, even throughout INEC, there will be an appointed returning officer.
Well, I said it's based on the PDP candidate's, statement yesterday. He feels confident that he could still win the election.
Well, any other candidate winning that election is just like a camel passing through the eye of a needle. That is the way I will put it. Let's go to Iyala, for example, Tayo. Since 2010, particularly there have been low voter turnout in Iyala. The last election, they have total registered voter 124,588. The number of people that came out to vote, valid vote in that election, was 27,813. And if you look at Iyala, for example, it's like the stronghold of Abga. Go and check out the election. Abga has never lost election in Iyala. So it suffices for anybody to beat his chest that he will win such an election. I don't know the magic. They have 148,407 registered voters.
Well, taking a look at the celebrations in Anambra, because I did see some people were already going to Professor, as he's called, Charles Soludo's house to felicitate with him and calling him the winner of the Anambra State governorship election. And of course, he himself has shown promise in the fact that he believes he's going to emerge winner. And of course, now that INEC has declared the votes inconclusive, do you really think that as you've said, treading the needle is like a camel trying to pass through the hole of a needle? If anybody is going to think that they are going to win this election, any other opponent apart from Professor Charles Soludo?
Well, as far as the election is concerned, the Abga candidate is maintaining a comfortable lead. You understand? A comfortable lead.
How comfortable is comfortable with 52,000 votes?
Yes, in the context of the vote cast so far. You understand? In the context of the vote cast. And I'm sure the candidate that said he will win, all the Iyala people are not going to come out to vote for him alone.
All right.
You understand? Number of registered voter is different from number of
people who
come out to vote. Number of people who come out to vote at the end of the day will be different from the number of total valid votes. So these are the issue. Of course, celebration, it is unofficial for now. Like we said, nobody reserved the right to announce this result. But we all know the dimension in which things are going.
Can we talk about how INEC has done so far in the conducting of this election? Because they did say that they were very, INEC boss has said, Mahmoud Yakub has said how prepared they were for the election in Anambra State. But all of this, we saw the issue of the ballots not getting to where they're supposed to get to, the issue of the idea or the state of convening ballot boxes and materials for voting, two different voting sites, would I call it that? Yes. And of course, it was really looking very, very appalling. And of course, now it has been called inconclusive. Yes. Would we say INEC is actually, they did the best that they could do, or they did a good job in preparing for Anambra State election?
INEC alone is not the author of inconclusive election. So there are so many factors.
Okay.
A situation where the security in an area does not support conduct of an election, rather than declaring a wrong winner. Okay. Inconclusive is better than declaring a wrong winner. It didn't start with Professor Mahmoud Yakub. Okay. We must look at it very well. In my view, by my assessment, INEC has done creditably well in the Anambra election. There will be issue of logistics. Look at the Anambra election that people thought will not hold. Now we are trying to measure the performance of INEC in that election. What if they had given in and say, based on the security situation, we hereby postpone the election? What will we be saying by now?
Our lines are now open for you to also join the conversation in the studio. 0809 7000 949 0705 500949. Yes, we'll talk about inducement also, Austin Edumo. It seems we've taken Diboko Sebe kind of politics a notch higher. Unfortunately, people rejected as much as 5,000 naira. They demanded more.
I think let's come together as a people. Let's reject these politicians. Because of the technology that is being deployed, in recent elections, politicians have resorted largely to vote buying. They call it see and buy. But some candidate, a particular candidate in the Anambra election, was also rejected, irrespective of the amounts. So let's vote in line with our conscience. Let us not sell our future for a morsel of bread.
Please turn down the volume on your radio. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Please move away from your radio.
Hello?
It's better now. What's the name, please? And where are you calling us from?
I am John Njoko.
All right, John, go on.
And I'm calling from Challenge here.
All right.
Well, let me tell you, what wonders me in this Anambra election was that why was the election not concluded the next day? Because that 4 years ago, the same similar thing happened, and the election ended the next day being on Sunday. Earlier on, the Resident Election Commissioner had announced around 2 years that the election would be held on Sunday where this election could not take place. Regrettably, everything went abracadabra and is now taking place. No matter how they want to do it, this election is lost and won. Someone has already won the election. Anambra is Abda. Abda is Anambra. Thank you, also. Let me tell you about Malami. He seeks to turn the law on his head at every turn to the discomfiture of reasonable people. Malami has revealed to himself this personal approach to governance. Malami is structurally arch-federalist. He seems to have some centralist bone in him that needs to be cured. Malami seems to be the voice of things that are not federalist in this administration. I'm John Joko. Thank you.
Everyone there from John and Joko on Malami. Well, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Adeshi Jamallah from UI. I want to wish Anambra the best of the election today. The total expected votes in the area is 114,000. If everybody in the state decides to vote for the third party becomes the winner. Nothing is not possible in Nigeria. That's what we are going. The issue of Malam, to summarize my talk, it is not his fault. I don't know where you are. I don't know if you guys have seen a trending news that somebody absconded from a summit outside the country to another hospital. I don't know if you are hearing that one. The bottom line is that the next election, if I want to vote, it's not about tribe or anything. Anybody that is above 50, I will never vote for such a person so that to avoid presidency. A lot of these things we are talking about, the president is not aware of it. He doesn't even know anything about it. That is why everybody is in control. They are even fighting. That's why they say Kabah. They are battling for supremacy. And when now you hear the name of the first lady in this country, she's outside the country protecting her life. She's outside the country protecting her life. Maybe managing her business so that something will happen to her.
Right.
That's the country we find ourselves. But maybe the solution is that next election, anybody that is above 50, that is heavy, that's the person that we should vote for. So that to avoid this kind of thing again. That's the best of today.
Thank you.
All right, let's take some of our YouTube comments this morning. The first person here is Akinwumi Bolaji, and he says, Maina's son was given bigger sentence than his father, who embezzled the huge amount. Who should we blame? Who should be blamed? Government, EFCC, or the judiciary? The judge who delivers the judgment of 8 years should be queried. Interesting take there. Awoke Victor says, another inconclusive election in Nigeria. It is well with our country. Please, where's Madam Katie? It's been so long since I heard from her. Okay, thank you. All right, Adewale Rapture Kafar says, good morning, Paper Review crew. Good morning to you too as well. God bless you. This nation will not thrive if we, that's leaders and the citizens, do not plan on making money in the right manner. Anambra inconclusive election is a preview.
All right, I will go back to the phone lines 009 7000 949. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
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 Yes, sir. Right.
Also, I want to ask you a question. If these governors know that the consultant will be employed for refund of Paris Club, did they accept the consultancy? That's number one. Number two, you know that there is a court judgment against the governors that federal government stand as trustees in which
asset of the federal government has to be taken if this money is not paid back to consultants. That's the problem of our governors. When they are getting money, if they know that the consultants are being hired for them, did they sign the thing? I am against Malami, but we should look at this. Secondly, please, about minor. The rule of law is killing us in Nigeria. If somebody steals 1 million, let's have a judgment for 1 million. If somebody steals 1 goat, a judgment for 1 goat.
Thank you. All right, Austin Eduma, we have to leave the studio.
Yes, the governors were aware of the consultancy fee. I think the amount is the bone of contention. And why should the federal government unilaterally appoint such a consultant?
All right, Timothy Okore on YouTube. Good morning, 32 FM. Regarding the gubernatorial election in Anambra State, it is clear the Soludo Abga has been a stronghold in Anambra, like Austin rightly said. Thank you for all your contribution on the program this morning. We do appreciate. The program will be back tomorrow at 6. My name is Olutayo Gwade. Have a great Tuesday and bye for now.
And I am Olaide Amosu. Thank you so much.